popping? Battle rap opinions. So we're gonna get into this Cortez versus Cortext in Australia battle. But before we do that, I just want to say, where are you, T-Rex? Where are you, man? Stop the hiding. Stop whatever it is you're doing, man, and bring yourself back out here. I was just watching T-Rex versus DNA. Now I know, for you people who've been fans, I know you're saying, man, that shit happened years ago. That's not the point. I like to oftentimes go back to battles that I enjoyed in the past because I appreciate them for what they are. I don't just watch them and then they're dead to me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of older battles that I like to go back to, especially if I feel like a battler is just taking things to another level. Sometimes I like to go back just to really appreciate what it is they did to get to where they are now. You know what I'm saying? You can see them transform. Now watch DNA and T-Rex. DNA look like he got the same face he got now. and as always, man, I appreciate DNA. DNA has brought a lot to the game, and so has Rex. DNA, though, has taken things a whole other way, and you got to appreciate him for the whole ESPN and everything that DNA done. DNA was one of the first guys, to my memory, who was traveling the world like that in different leagues and stuff like that. Him, Arsenal. And I'm not saying they were the only ones doing it. I'm pretty sure at that time there was other people doing it, but those are the two that off the top of my head I'm remembering right now. So I went back and I watched that Rex and DNA battle, and just watching Rex at that time, first of all, it was a one-round battle. DNA goes first. DNA had a hell of a round. You know what I'm saying? DNA sounds the very same and everything. You could tell the difference in DNA now because DNA now is so capable of freestyling and rebutting, and he can rebuttal in the middle of his rounds. Just to see the difference in DNA then to now, you have to salute that. But I'm watching Rex and I'm saying, what the fuck, Rex? Rex, where are you, man? I understand you had a bunch of stuff that went on with the whole Grand Championship. Even I made fun of it. I got a blog, just poking fun out of it. Not just like everybody else, I had a little fun with the whole situation. But at the end of the day, even in that blog, I said it. Rex was and is one of the best. Now, in the last few battles he had before the scandal, things wasn't looking good for Rex. And there's been all kind of rumors on why. I don't care. And I say that from this standpoint, not saying I don't care what he's going through, because you don't want to, you watch somebody for so long and all that, you don't want to see them go through fucked up situations. Anybody for that matter go through fucked up situations, man, and have them stressed out or whatever. And I don't know what his issue fully is. But I'm talking about from the battle rap side of things. Rex, get the fuck back in the ring. Get back in the ring. We want to see you back in the ring killing. I'm not the only one who feels this way. In the last few months, I've had conversations with different people who say, damn, man, I hope we see Rex soon. And when you go and watch one of his battles, especially in this case, we're talking about the DNA and Rex, shit, you like, damn. Now, the dude in his background, I thought was corny. He was playing out every bar that Rex said. We didn't need you acting out every bar. But there was a difference between battles at that time and this and how it is now. I do think they're more professional now, so on and so forth. Moral of the story is Rex was killing. Rex started talking about DNA's moms. DNA got tired. I think DNA walked out the battle. I don't fully know. Anyway, Rex, get back in the ring, Rex. Now we all know what's gonna happen. You're gonna hear Grand Champion bars. The shit was hilarious, fam. You're gonna hear all that. But at the end of the day, we all know, once we hear from the first 2 or 3 guys, after a while, most, not all, most fans aren't gonna give a fuck no more. Like, it's not gonna have that same effect. But it don't matter if you come back now, if you come back 3 years from now. Them bars are gonna be sitting here waiting for you. Might as well get the shit over and done with. And let's not act like Rex hasn't done the same thing as far as attack a topic that other people attack too when it comes to somebody. We saw it in the K-Shine shit where he went at about the whole tranny shit, whatever the fuck. Well, we've heard plenty of people said it. Rex, just go in there and get this shit over and done with. You know they're gonna spit those type of bars to you. Let's get it out the way, because at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, there's no taking away Rex's legacy. The intensity and the bars. You can make the argument that Rex, not only for Harlem for a portion of time, but for battle rap period, was carrying shit. You can make that debate. You can. You could even make the debate that for a portion of time until Sean really matured, or I don't know if mature might be the right word, but got better. When Sean and Rex, but at the moment Rex was carrying the Dot Mob brand. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is just what it boiled down to. There's a lot of even newer guys now. I see them talking shit, calling out Mook and all this and all that. Listen, I don't know that we give a fuck to see Mook battle like that. I know for me personally, if he battles, I'll watch it. But I'm not seeking a battle from Mook. But I am seeking one from Rex. And when it comes to the newer crop of guys, I mean, Rex, there are new guys to actually battle. They might not be huge battles at the moment, but these guys right now, you can go in here and not only will people want to see it, but I know you can kill these dudes. So I just want to send that to you, Rex. If you ever see it, you probably don't see it. You probably don't even give a fuck what I'm talking about, but that's just how I see it. Just get back in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? And just go on a straight streak. I'm talking about, if possible, if time allows or your personal life allows, go like on a 5-battle streak. You know what I'm saying? Where like the battles aren't so far apart from each other. Not so close, but not you know, we're not talking about seeing you battle twice in a whole year. Like, I want to see you in the year, even if you battle 5 times. I think that would be dope. And I just want to see you go on a run like with Math. Remember when Math went on that run after the Calico battle? You didn't see Math for a little while. Then he came back and just started killing shit. Started with an absolute slaughter of Mark 1. And I think Rex can do that. Alright, let's get into this Cortez versus Cortext battle. It was from the Real Talk Battle League in Australia. You gotta salute Cortez. As y'all already know, I had Cortez as my 2017. If you watch my blogs, you know that. I have Cortez as my 2017 Battler of the Year. These battles were in 2017, the very end of 2017 they dropped. So I just recap the one with Cortez versus Dundee. That was a 3-0. Bottom line, this is what this comes down to. This battle versus Cortex happened first. And you got to salute Cortez. He spent 2 weeks out there in Australia. I believe both battles were in Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure. And I believe because that's the Australian league. Most of them do sound that way. So I'm assuming. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. 2 weeks out there and with dope showings representing us correctly. At the end of the day, you gotta salute all these battlers, but especially Cortez making the moves that they do, being seen everywhere around the world. Let's get to this first round. Cortex comes out the gate with he chooses to go first. Cortex chooses to go first. He came out the gate with a segregation line. Then he said, after that, he said, I told them bring a motherfucker who earned it. They brought me a motherfucker named Ernie. So he said, I told them bring a motherfucker who earned it. They brought me a motherfucker named Ernie. That shit was funny. That was crazy funny. He had a vault line. Now, again, like I was just talking about the Rex situation, you know you're going to hear these things. You know what I'm saying? After a while, they don't have the same sting as before. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he said the vote line. That vote line I thought was cool, but it still didn't have like a big impact. Because to me, it's like we don't heard so many people talk about that already. But the line that I thought hit that I liked the best out of that round. The best out of that round was he had a plastic surgery pay for features line. In that line, he was talking about the Method Man and Cortez song that's out. Go ahead and check that out. And then, you know, he went into a whole plastic surgery pay for features line. That was fire. That was fire. And to me, that may or may not have been, I'm going to say for me, that that was to me, the best line he had in the battle. And I don't think that people fully appreciated it right there on stage. If you guys heard it and you was feeling it the way you did, you know, feel free to let me know. If not, if you thought it was ass, tell me, yo, Jay, that shit was ass. Cortez goes. He has a Trump line. After the Trump line, a little while, oh yeah, man, this shit too, man. Oh my God, I thought this was the best bar of the first round from the both of them. And again, this might be one of my favorite lines, or might be the best line from Cortez throughout the battle. My issue with it was that I felt like no one caught that. And the line, I don't have the full line in front of me, but the line was about a ball. He said curling like a barbed wire. It was a curling like barbed wire, spikes through you, curling like a barbed wire. Man, I don't remember word for word what it was. I'm gonna tell you right now. Go back and listen to it, and if you gotta run that bar back 2 or 3 times to get it, go ahead. That was fire, and that might have been the line of the of the battle. I didn't see all the battles from that card. That shit was crazy. Oh, and before I forget, man, salute to Chilla Jones. I'm gonna recap his battle with Vega. But he was there with Cortez on that same card. So salute to Chilla being out there in Australia as well. The other line that he had was he showed you what a veteran is. At the end of the day, Cortez is a versatile guy, and he definitely ended that round off playing to the crowd. He had a real talk line, which real talk is the name of the battle league. But the way that he did it, and the way that he did it to end the round, the crowd enjoyed it, and I thought that was just a veteran move. At the end of the day, I got Cortez winning that first round. Second round, Cortex goes. He had a smacking a smacking vein line. I thought it was dope. But being that I saw the Dundee battle first, but I knew that this battle had happened before, the week before, I kind of wonder if Dundee was at this battle. That bar, and I thought some of the stuff that Dundee said in his second round, if I'm not mistaken, I thought that they were very similar, a little too similar. Almost like the structure of the round was very similar too. If again, go watch that. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. I thought they were very similar. So in a way, I'm hoping he wasn't there. I hope Dundee wasn't at this battle, because if not, that second round, that piece of the second round were very similar, a little too similar. And then in the second round also, I don't know about that. But nonetheless, I don't think you should take away from the way that Cortex said that line to Cortez. I still thought it was fire. He flipped some Spanish too, and had a taco and beer. He had a taco and beer bar. And I know you like, what's so exciting? Nothing was exciting about the taco and beer bar, other than I thought it was clever how he flipped in his Spanish. Being that he's out there in Australia, Australian guy, the way he flipped it, I thought it was very unique. And I thought it was cool and funny. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a big haymaker, nothing like that. I'm not saying that. And it damn sure didn't win him the round. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was clever the way he did it. Then Cortez goes, and he had a cocaine and weed scheme. That shit was fire. Dope scheme. And then he had a Trump line also, where he said Trump grabbed him by the pussy, and he was basically telling Cortex he was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Second round, to me, I have dead even. And if you don't agree with me, feel free to tell me why you think I'm bugging. Don't just say I'm bugging. Tell me why. I thought it was a very neck and neck round. I got a dead ass even. I even went back and watched it a second time just to see if I see something different, and I didn't. I got a dead even. And a lot of it has to do, to me, with Cortex's style. I believe, and I'll talk more about it, but I think Cortex, he has almost like an American style. But, you know, we'll get into that. But I got that second round dead even. So I got the first round Cortez winning, second round dead even. Third round, Cortex goes first. He has a non-binary line in the terms of Cortez's race. Now, I thought that was very clever. I thought that was very smart. I like the way he set that up. Now, the bars that followed after could have been better. I thought a lot of people didn't catch that. Some of y'all don't even know what non-binary is. But the fact that he threw that in there, in the style that he did, pertaining towards Cortez, the way he did, especially knowing everybody comes at Cortez with a bunch of Mexican jokes. Some of them are funny, some of it gets a little played out. When Cortez is Puerto Rican, at the end of the day, that non-binary shit was very clever. But I just wish that he would have followed it up a bit better. Then he had a funny ass line when he talks about Cortez getting fat and that Cortez plays sports with his son. Cortez plays sports with his son, but Cortez's son feels bad for Cortez because he's fat and lets him win. And normally, you know how that goes. The parent let the kids win, and Cortex flipped it around and said Cortez's son lets him win. The shit was hilarious. I don't want to attempt to say the bar the way that he said it. I don't think I would do it justice. Like most of the time, that's why I don't give y'all every line word for word that I like, because I don't want to fuck it up, and I want you to hear it in the context that it was, so maybe you can appreciate it and see it the way that I did, or you can sit there and tell me, Jay, that shit was whack, and all right, tell me why. That was a hilarious line in that third. Cortez go. Lines that stood out to me was Cortez telling him, "You been LOM since day one. You live off me." Cortez starts off talking about how people on mistake watch Cortext because they misspell Cortez when they searching. Now, it was funny the way he did it, the way he set it up. I thought it was cool. And then to come out with that LOM line, he said, "You've been LOM since day one," meaning you live off me. LOM, live off me. Towards the end of the round, because Cortex talked about the head ice battle. You know, everybody's gonna be talking about that shit. Dundee talked about it, and you can expect to hear that shit. I think NJT talked about it too. I don't know. No, I might be wrong. Anyway, it's gonna be talked about. So, in the third round, Cortez came out and says, "What good is a chain?" Because he's talking about not winning the chain. When everybody, well, I'm gonna say about 90% of the people I spoke to about it told me they took it how I took it, where we all felt like Cortez got robbed. And I'm from Harlem, and I'm telling you, we feel like Cortez got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Even though Head Ice is from Harlem, truth is truth. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, in reference to that battle, Cortez says, "What good is a chain when every line I drop jewels?" Again, it was all in context for you there how hot that was. Cortez, to me, in the first round, Cortez got that. Second round, I got it dead even. Third round, Cortez showed you the difference in levels. I think he also showed you what a veteran is, and he closed the show out properly. Had an awesome third round. I think the third round was Cortez's best round of the night. But that's a good thing, because he came with 3 quality good rounds. Like I told you, that's a big reason why I gave him Battler of the Year for 2017. But that third round, to me, that's how you close the show. That's how in the second, in the first round, you applied the pressure. And in the third round, you absolutely had your foot on his neck and ain't give up. And to me, that's just the way you do it. But Cortez won this battle 2-1. I will say Cortext, to me, did good. And in comparison to Dundee didn't do anything that made me want to go watch another Dundee battle. Even though I did, because Big Cannon was battling him. Big Cannon is one of my favorites. But watching this battle with Cortez, Cortext looked comfortable. His style was very similar to American style. Maybe that's why I liked it a little bit more. He had his, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but his accent didn't put you in a space where you couldn't understand him. He had moments where you hear the accent, moments when you didn't, and it's up to y'all to debate whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I felt like Cortext could come to America and battle in an RBE or URL, any one of those leagues, and get some love for his style, or UW, any one of them, because his style is very similar to some of these guys. And in the beginning of the battle, they play a snippet of his music, and it sounds like American music. It does. So again, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. To me, it was a good thing. I understood him better, and I liked the style. I liked the way he did things. So you guys gotta check that out. Salute to both these guys. Salute to Real Talk Battle League. Subscribe to them. I'll put this battle in the description box. You can go and check it out yourself. And somebody, let's start tweeting at Rex. Tell Rex to bring his ass back. You know what I'm saying? I want to check out another Cortex battle and see what's up. We already know what Cortez can do. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, we'll see Cortez continue to kill through 2018 the way we've seen him do 2017. And as always, man, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. Make sure you hit the alert bell on the side so you know when I put out content. And even more, I want to hear your opinions. So watch the battle, come back here, let me know your opinion. And salute to all you guys.